what are the most significant challenges you face in transforming organizational culture and leadership?
Of course, resistance to change was one of the challenge. I'll give an instance in 2016 when the government of India went for the demonetization and more towards the digital transaction. I remember that time I was working in Mumbai. Many of my officers who used to give services through acceptance of checks or draft, we tried to put a barrier because sometimes we realized that we were giving services without the money or the income going into our organization. So this was a big challenge, and I said we will go with the government move of digitalization, everything so that we can trace back and we can definitely see an accountability of the money going into our bank account. So in that way, uh, when I introduced, many of the employees were resistant. They tried to go with the passive aggression and trying to bring some criticism that this is not going to work, and somehow I had to give convincing note uh, and showed them some successful model and how it is going to ease their work in the long time rather
Mhm.
than maintaining the records or the manuals, how it is going to ease everyone's life. And with that hope, when I gave many of them, they tried to, I at least said, uh, at least we'll follow it and see whether if we are able to go forward or not. And if we are not able to go forward, then we can withdraw and we can go back to our old ways. But let us give a sincere try and
Mhm.
see if we are able to bring a change and easiness in our work lifestyles. So in that way, when we adopted and we could see a change, the whatever the income that was coming was going smoothly. Every transaction was digitalized. We were knowing from where it came and how it was going. So in that way, that was one of the uh, challenge which I had faced. Uh, the second one was the communication that we need to explain them in a very clear and concise manner with examples. In my
Mhm.
way, I generally give examples so that they get understand. Even I try to speak in their local language if I'm knowing in their mother tongue to make them,
Mhm.
really uh, understand what I am saying. So communication is also very important, and I prefer to keep the communication direct rather than passing through many channels. That also sometimes lead to confusion. So these are the two, basic challenges which a leader face. Of course, you know, any employee look for their well-being, for timely training. So one need to encourage also such kind of incentives through training and also trying to involve in the organizational culture in terms of diversity inclusion. So when we bring all such circumstances into our organization, we can also reduce much of the organizational challenges.